Hello, and welcome to the ClearPath OS 2200 Release 18.0 Technical Update for User Authentication. My name is Brian Wegleitner. I'm the lead software engineer for the ClearPath OS 2200 User Authentication product, otherwise known as Flex. In this presentation, I will introduce you to the new features of User Authentication Level 4R6. In this level, the Authentication and Session Initiation Subsystem, or ASIS, now provides a console key-in for administrative commands. ASIS also includes an enhancement to single sign-on with a certificate to automate user ID certificate assignment. In answer to multiple client requests, ASIS now provides a console key-in for administrative command entry. In previous levels, ASIS administrative commands were accessible only through the ASIS UT processor or a custom program making administrative requests. With this new feature, operators and automation scripts can now administer user authentication. Available commands allow operators or automation scripts to cycle the trace log, to refresh system configuration information if changes were made to the ClearPath OS 2200 system configuration that would affect authentication, for example, increasing the minimum required length of passwords, to obtain subsystem status, to update the trace level in response to support requests for more information, to view the authentication types installed, to update the in-use warning screen after the warning screen file has been updated, to shut down the subsystem, and to obtain command help. Single sign-on with a certificate, otherwise known as TLSISSL certificate authentication, or authentication type 4, performs user authentication using a TLSISSL certificate to identify the user. For a user to take advantage of single sign-on, the supplied certificate must be trusted by the ClearPath OS 2200 and the user ID record must be configured with the certificate common name. For certificate trust, a single signing certificate can be added to the ClearPath OS 2200 Trusted Certificate Store and then used to sign all user authentication certificates. In contrast, each user ID record must be configured with a unique certificate common name. While configuring 2 or 3 user IDs for certificate authentication is not very time consuming, what if you have 20 users, 200 users, or 2,000 users? To help with these scenarios, Release 18.0 User Authentication Single Sign-On with a Certificate now provides automated certificate assignment. A certificate can be automatically assigned if the user ID provides password authentication, such as authentication type 0, and has an empty network user ID where the certificate common name will be placed. Because of this, automatic certificate assignment can be prevented by setting a network user ID in the user ID record or by ensuring the user ID does not allow password authentication. The only user ID that cannot be automatically updated is the security officer. This restriction ensures that changes to security officer authentication are made deliberately. After a certificate is associated with a user ID, other forms of authentication can be prevented by setting the user ID authentication type to 4 and setting the Disable Traditional Exec Authentication flag. These actions can be performed using a SecManager script. Watch the Single Sign-On with a Certificate ClearPath OS 2200 Release 17.0 Technical Update for more information. Now let's walk through what happens when you sign on for the first time. You open a demand session to your desired system. The ClearPath OS 2200 doesn't find a user ID associated with the supplied certificate and prompts you for a user ID and password. You supply a valid user ID and password and are authenticated to demand. After disconnecting, the next time you open a demand session to the same system and all future attempts, you are logged in automatically. In summary, the ClearPath OS 2200 User Authentication product now provides an ASIS console key-in for administrative commands and automated assignment of user ID certificates for single sign-on with a certificate on the OS 2200 host. Reference the ClearPath OS 2200 User Authentication Administration Guide for more information, specifically Section 4.8.2 ASIS Console Command and Appendix B, Steps to Configure TLSISSL Certificate Authentication.
Unisys offers a comprehensive set of ClearPath Forward services to enrich the value of your ClearPath Forward applications, data, and systems. Please contact your Unisys representative for more information.